So I have spun the CEX wheel again because inside this bin bag of goodness is the Sony FDR X1000, a 4K action camera that can do 4K at 30 frames per second. I'm hoping at £100 that it is a bargain. I've also ordered the Sony FDR X3000, that one I bought new, and that's whizzing itself from Hong Kong to me as we speak. And look at this, the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Now, I've recorded an unboxing of this, but the full review won't be coming for another week. And I will be doing a full review of this as well. But in this video, what I want to do is just, well, do like an unboxing, because I don't know what the condition of this will be like. I've bought this from CEX, £100. I'm hoping that it's a bargain. But CEX can be a little bit of a lottery. They do offer a 2-year guarantee. They do have quite a good returns policy, I would say, but for customer support and just for buying items, it can be a lottery when you're ordering online. Case in point, my Sony RX10 overhead camera. I bought this camera, it was grade B, like this, which is a grade B. This was mint condition, came with the box, manuals, and it even came with a lens cleaner. This should have been a grade A. But if you watched my video a few weeks ago of the game capture card that I ordered, that one came without a box, without any cables, without a manual. It really shouldn't even have been sold. It was a grade C at best. At best. I really don't think they should even be selling it. So let's take a closer look at this. I'm hoping that it does have the original box. I'm not sure. But at the very least, at the very minimum, I'm hoping that the camera is there and the camera is in good condition. So let's grab my fantastic grade B Sony RX10 and take a closer look and see if I've bought a bargain or if I'm going to have to return this. So here is the bin bag from CEX, this monstrosity of a package. It looks like they've wrapped this in a game show, doesn't it? 30 seconds to wrap it. What I'm hoping is underneath this is this. This is the Sony X1000, or to give its full name, X1000V or VR, and the R stands for remote. I'm not sure if this does come with the remote. It'd be a very nice bonus if it did, but it isn't really a main issue because the Sony camera that I have ordered does have this. So see if I can get this packaged. I don't know what sensible way there is to get this open, but I'm hoping I can just tear it open. Right, let's get to this. So underneath we have the ultimate Jiffy bag. Come on, 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 come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Something good, something good. Oh my god. Right. Right, okay. Right. This is bizarre. This is bizarre, right? So there's nothing left in Jiffy bag number 1, the mega Jiffy bag. My god, this is bizarre. It really does look like they've wrapped this in record time. You know, like the shop was going to close and they had to get it out, so they've just wrapped everything up and just threw it in there. Look at the packaging in there. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Right, Jiffy bag number 2. Right, so hopefully the camera is in there, but we do seem to have a few other things. Well, you can't, look at this. You can't criticise CEX for not making an unboxing exciting. Okay, what have I got here so far? I've got a startup guide. This was just just inside. Oh, they really just didn't make an effort here, did they? They didn't even try. Right, so I've got some stickers and things like this. Sony at your service. This, I mean, I'm not caring about this kind of stuff, if I'm honest. The camera and the camera sensor is what's most important. I really don't want any damage on the sensor. I wouldn't mind a little bit. I mean, if it's a little bit scraped, you know, I don't mind. It is second hand, so that isn't a problem. And for the life of me, I can't get this open. Right. I don't mind a little bit of, you know, like artificial damage as far as scraping and that goes, but I do want the camera to be okay. So, oh, that's quite good. That's quite good. So this is like a lens cap. I've actually bought this for my other action camera. And This is what I've bought for the X3000 to protect the lens. I'll do a review of that in a few weeks, but that's quite good that they've thrown this in. So yeah, that's quite good. I like that. That's quite good that's been included. Maybe we'll get another bonus here. Maybe we'll get something else that's good here. What's this? Sony. I don't even know what that is. Right, so I assume this is some sort of flotation device that you put in the water, and you know, you set your action camera there and it floats in the water. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know what this is, but it does have official Sony branding. The light's kind of hitting it there, but can you see that there? It does say Sony on it. Yeah, I mean, these are bonus items. These are bonus items, so yeah. Right, I'm not too caring. I don't care too much about the a charging cable. A charging cable. Yeah, I don't mind too much about a charging cable. It's clear that I don't have a box, so yeah, that's not something I need to worry about. I'll tell you one thing. I was criticizing CEX for the packaging, but they've made sure they've at the very least they've made sure that this isn't arriving damaged. Look at the amount of bubble wrap they've used. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Right, what? Right, I don't know what. I think that's just packaging in there. Right. Right, this is absolutely insane. Never a dull moment. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Drum roll, folks. Drum roll. Right. This actually looks like it's going to be in good condition. Come on. Come on. Come on. So, there we have it. There we have it. So, as far as a grade B, well, as long as this is on, as long as this is good condition, I would agree, you know, that it's a grade B. If this is mint condition, I'd agree with the grade B, but they really should be, you know, including the case. They really should be including the charging cable and all the accessories and all that. But it's pretty good that I've got this original housing. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It does make it look massive though, doesn't it? I mean, if you look at this compared to the GoPro Hero 7, this thing looks humongous. Absolutely humongous. It's massive. So I assume I can get this open. Right, how do I get this? Oh, down the bottom. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just zoom down a little bit. Give you a closer look at this camera. So as I was saying, this is a few years old, and the first thing I would say about this is I forgot how big the Sony action cameras are in comparison to the GoPros. You can see there that it's a lot bigger. Now I think this is all relevant though, because this has a tripod thread at the bottom, and you don't get that with the GoPro. You need to put the GoPro in a case. So, you know, really you should be comparing a GoPro in a case and comparing it to this, because this does have it does have the tripod thread at the bottom, which is fantastic. This is actually, there's a connection for this. Now that is missing. This should come with a little connection port at the bottom, and it doesn't seem to have that, so that's annoying. I'm not sure if that allows me to connect to a tripod directly, or whether it's missing the connector. So I had a Sony action camera a few years ago. I had one of the first Sony action cameras, and the one that I had came with a little accessory in order to attach a tripod. But this one doesn't seem to need it. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So yeah, like as I said, the GoPro, you can see it is smaller, but you do need to put this in a case in order to attach it to something. This one doesn't, and for someone like myself, that does save a lot of hassle. It really does. So let's have a look around the camera. The lens, it looks okay. First impressions are that it looks okay. This lens cap looks like it goes over like that, and then you lock it on. I'll need to play around with that to figure it out, see how it sits perfectly. I assume it's like that, something like this. Now I'll need to check that out to see how it looks, etc. But it actually looks like it's in mint condition, so I really don't have any major complaints here. You know, it is missing the little accessory there. It is missing the charging cable, but I've got lots of charging cables anyway, so it's not an issue. As far as the camera goes, for £100, I think I've done okay here, guys. I really do. So the lens seems okay. Now, I talked about this a little bit in my other video, but one of the things I would say is that GoPro protects its sensor behind here. Here with the Sony one, it really is exposed, and that's why they sell accessories such as this. And it's why I really shouldn't have thrown this on the floor, but it's why I've bought this for the Sony X3000. You really do need to protect the lens because it is exposed, which is why you get these lens caps and things like that. That's one area where I think the GoPro excels. But where this excels is audio. The microphones on this are a lot better. So as you can see, I just opened up the case there. I've got a Sony battery. You lock that. This part can open. In fact, I think I need to. There we go. So there we've got a USB, and I think is that like a micro HDMI. So down at the bottom here, you can see this port here, and it actually says plug-in power, which suggests it is for like an AC adapter or something like that. But I think this is for a microphone. How cool is that? Very, very handy. This is an area where GoPro needs to step up its game. Right, see if this has got any battery. I'm not sure if it does, but we shall see. So I've just connected the camera to a power bank. I think the battery is completely dead. That's why when I was pushing the buttons before, it wasn't really doing anything. You can see that it is working live. You can shoot live with this. Set up, play, power off, loop, movie, photo. So I need to explore this. I need to figure out how this works. It's been a few years since I've used a Sony action camera. It's saying here that you can just turn it off. I think you go to there, and then you push both buttons and it switches off. I've just noticed there as well, I'll try and get this a little bit closer on the camera. I've noticed here at the back here, it's maybe hard to pick up in the camera, but it does actually say HDMI, micro SD, and multi here. It's maybe not getting caught up here in the camera here. It's really faint. So this is actually in very good condition. I think I've walked away with a bargain here. I really do. It doesn't come with everything that you would expect it to come with as far as the box and that goes, but I don't think that is any issue at all. The real big thing that I was concerned about was having a camera that wasn't damaged, and this looks, I have to test the footage in case there's a problem with the sensor, but it looks like this is in mint condition. So I just want to quickly go around. You've got the screen there, you've got the previous and next buttons. I believe you push both buttons to, for an action. You can hold, which means that if you're recording, you're not going to knock off any settings and change anything. That's obviously your record button. The Sony action camera that I had a case, like a kind of flip door there, but this one doesn't work that way. You simply insert the battery like that. I really like how they've got the external microphone port down the bottom. That's quite useful because there's enough room there. Now there will be some situations where maybe if you screw this onto something where there's maybe not enough room to get the mic in. That is something I'll need to see, but there's always an adapter or something to get around that if that is the case. I don't think I'll have any major problems. So I've got the external microphone port there, but out of the box the audio will probably be a lot better in this than it is in the GoPro. Tripod thread, and I've not shown you this yet, but basically this allows you to access every button. You can hold, you can record, you can push all the buttons here. You can still attach this to a tripod, but of course the external mic port will be blocked if you put your action camera in this, which I don't think is a concern, because if this is underwater you're not going to be using an external microphone, so that's not a bad design. This part here, it's got a locking mechanism. Right, so you go in somewhere. I really need to figure this out. You lock it. Yeah, so I need to figure out, I don't even know is this even for this? I think it is. So I'll need to figure that out to see how that goes on, to see how it fits in. I'm not sure I've got it right. Right, to kind of gather everything that I've got here. I've got all the kind of manuals and that. If I zoom out a little bit, maybe that's a little bit easier. I've got the kind of getting started guide. I've got some stickers and all that. You don't get the GoPro. I've got this extra accessory and this little flotation device. So I assume that this just goes in like this. Answers on a postcard. I honestly don't know what that is all about. Oh, right. Now I know. Now, maybe this is what it's all about, eh? Maybe this is what it's all about. Maybe this goes with this. Ah. Captain Obvious. I'm sure lots of you people are probably frustrated at the fact I've not figured this out. But yeah, maybe that. I think this is designed to go with this. So if you're going underwater, this will help it float, which means it's not going to sink down to the bottom of the water. It will float back up. I need to figure out how to connect it. But yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good how it's all set up. I like that. I need to figure out how this works as well. Yeah, overall, I think I've done very, very well here. You can see here, it's not too bad. You know, as I was saying, it is bigger than the GoPro, but I always need to put the GoPro in a case in order to use it. There's, you know, just no way around it. This has to go in a case if I need to, you know, connect this to anything. Tripod, chest strap, helmet, anything, this needs to go in the case. So really you're comparing this with that, and yeah, that's a different shape, but it's not a huge amount between them really when you think about it. So CEX gave me enough bubble wrap to last me until the next millennium, but I have no complaints. What they were doing was protecting the camera because there was no box with it. I've got no issues with the box not being there. This is a second-hand item, and I expected this to be quite scraped and have a little bit of damage there. The only thing I was concerned about was the sensor, but there doesn't seem to be any damage on this whatsoever. It seems to be absolutely perfect. As I said, I've not recorded with this yet. I do have to check the footage and, you know, play around with it and see what it's all about. But yeah, it looks like I've landed on my feet here. It looks like I've did quite well, certainly in comparison to the last time I bought a grade B, where there was no manual, no cables, and the actual thing I bought was a piece of crap as well. So yeah, it came with like a little getting started guide. I've got some action cam stickers, the camera itself. I need to see how this fits onto it. It's quite good that that's thrown in because that's something else I'd probably have to buy. And it's got the housing here if I do want to take this underwater. And I was genuinely confused by this at first. I really was. This little flotation device seems to go with this, which is a good idea because if you're going to take this in the water, you don't want this sinking to the bottom of the ocean or the bottom of the pool. This will help it float. It's an official Sony thing as well. So yes, this is a good action camera, and I suspect it probably would have been good as my main camera because it's got the external mic port. It's got a tripod thread at the bottom as well. Two things which I'm missing from a GoPro. But I have bought the GoPro X1000, which is an improved version of this. It does have much higher quality recording. The output will be much better. But this is going to be a fantastic second or third camera, but I don't think anyone would have a problem with this using it as their first camera. So yes guys, I will be doing a review of this soon. I will be doing a review of the GoPro 7 soon. I'd like to have them all at the one time because I think in order to do these reviews it'd be good to do a comparison video and compare them all and see how they all compare. And just spend some time testing them all to see how it works before I do my final review. But thanks for watching guys. From an unboxing point of view, from a buying point of view, I paid £100 for this, and yes, it's a couple of years old, but for what this can do, that's a very good price for this camera. And this time I have been quite lucky. So I'm looking forward to trying this, trying out the stereo mix, trying out the 4K video. Thanks for watching guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Take care.